we are, the three of us.
The three of us are here. Hello, welcome to another Savvy Girl video tidbit. The three of us does not include Deborah.
No, it doesn't, unfortunately. Not even on phone.
No, she's eating. She's eating right now.
And we know that because...
we were just talking to her.
Yeah, we were.
But I'm here.
And I'm here.
And look who else is here. It's my baby birdie.
It's Savvy Colette.
Are you excited to be in the video, little bird? Look how big she's grown.
She's working on growing new feathers, however.
She is. So, yeah, good bird. So anyway, we are here to show off some of the things that we've knit or crocheted or purchased that seem knitting related. Right, Mom?
Newsworthy.
Newsworthy things. Yes.
I made a face.
I didn't brush my hair.
Would you like to take a pause and brush your hair?
Savvy hair. Okay, and I think my pedometer is sticking out. Anyway, so, all right, so Mom, so should I start? We're sitting on all my things.
Why don't you start?
All right, so the first thing I have is not something I've made. It's something that was made for me by my neighbor and friend in New York, Tina. And she bought this lovely towel with a bird on it.
How appropriate.
And then she crocheted. See, look, she
crocheted. Did she do the edging?
She did.
Oh my gosh, we're going to have to take a close picture.
There we go. You can see it. So yeah, she crocheted.
Oh my gosh.
This edging. She went out and got the towel and then hold it up a little higher so people can see.
I'm examining it.
And she crocheted the edging and she gave it to me as a goodbye for now New York present.
This is adorable. In one of my swap packages, one of my swap partners gave me a crochet hook that will puncture fabric. So
clearly it's New York. She probably has all sorts of things that
puncture fabric. Yes.
So I love it.
It's
I have to say
beautiful.
it's beautiful. Isn't it beautiful? I've never opened it actually. I've just had it folded up on the table in Montreal.
How appropriate.
Well, that's why she look. The birds all look.
Are you getting excited?
She says, "I love crochet."
She says, "I'm trying to make my feathers beautiful for the bird on the towel."
She is.
Or the place cloth. I wouldn't
Crazy
use
bird.
it as a towel. It's too.
I wouldn't. And the material is also really. I don't know if it's cotton or what.
It's lovely.
I love it.
It's just beautiful.
Such a sweet present.
I have to remember to hold things up high. Hi.
Hi. All right. The next thing is something you bought.
It is.
It is, and it's over there, I think.
We went to the New York Sheep and Wool Festival.
The bird went to
Rhinebeck, New York,
and
everybody there who knew. Everybody there who knew that you needed to order these things in advance was walking around with a New York State Sheep and Wool Festival 2005 project
2015.
Bag. 2015.
Tempest
Sorry.
Fugit.
Yes. Sorry. And I had to have one. I'm trying to move it.
There we go.
Move it so you can. Oh yes, you can see the
peek
whole
out.
thing.
It's really cute if you peek up from the side. Okay.
And it was so cute that when the festival was over, I went online and I ordered one for me, one for Savvy Deborah, and one for Savvy Girl Melanie.
That's
so
me.
Each of us has one. It's a great bag. It has a dark green bottom, so it won't show dirt. It has an adorable pattern, and inside...
Please don't say acrylic. Please. I love you, Mom, but there's a limit.
Inside there's a generous pocket, so you can put...
Oh, a pocket. Phew.
So you can put some... accessories,
money,
or a small ball of yarn, or a wallet, or something. So it's a wonderful bag. Next year, I'm curious to see.
Next year, we're ordering the bags in advance.
If we like the pattern that was chosen.
Yeah, and B, I'm considering putting in a design, but we're going to talk about that later.
Right.
I'm going to bring that up, and I have to make a design up first.
Oh, she's very clever.
I know I am, but
yes.
I'm modest. I haven't. It's early days, but we'll talk about that soon. All right, so knitted things. For some reason, I got to Montreal, and all of a sudden, my little fingers said, might as well knit. Well, partly because basically my only friend there is a knitter.
That's
Esther, and we never we didn't ever have a chance to podcast because we were busy running around and doing things.
Wasn't it fun to have somebody to
So
explore the city?
We went swimming. Public swim is free in Montreal, so we went
As
swimming.
it should be.
It should be. And we went swimming. We went baking. Well, she makes bread. Anyway, all these lovely things.
Without recipes.
She just sort of, maybe it's a Czech Republic thing.
Maybe that's how they learned to do it. I love it.
Yeah, so, hey. Anyway, my virtue
Your girls.
is safe.
Your girls.
My girls. Anyway, so the point is, I ended up knitting more than usual, and I knit this hat without a pattern. It's a hat.
That's impressive. It's beautiful yarn. What yarn did you use?
You know what yarn it is.
Malabrigo?
It is Malib. Oh, really? Oh, excuse me. Just keep talking, and I'll
Here.
live TV.
Live TV.
Okay.
The bird does her business
Keep
on
talking.
live TV.
Keep talking.
Anyways, the colors are beautiful. There's purples and browns and greens and orange. It's beautiful. What kind of Malabrigo is it? Because they make more than one.
I think it's
yarn.
Rios, but I don't know. We got it from the factory, and I knit a hat for a friend out of half of it, and then the other half people talk about yarn chicken.
Yes.
This
played
is
yarn chicken,
this is yarn
and
chicken.
you won.
I won.
You won.
I
Good
won.
for you.
Yep. So this is a hat. I'll wear it for now.
I love it.
I'm looking at them, and you're looking at me.
I know, because you're cute.
Thanks.
Anyways,
so that's the thing I had to show. The first thing.
all right.
What do you have to
Shall
show?
I? This is my turn to
Well, I have
show
one other
something?
thing. That's
Okay.
it. So I did that much knitting.
So also at Rhinebeck, a lot of people were wearing the Babel sheep hat, and I was.
But that's not how you pronounce it.
Babel.
Mom keeps saying it like that, and
Babel.
it's adorable.
Yes, and so they were walking around. There were two different sheep hats that they were wearing, and both of them were put out by the.
That's my knee.
I just
I fell down the
moved on
stairs
her
in
knee.
Montreal the other day, and where's that knee? I love you, Mom.
I'm sorry. I had to find my paper. Shall I lean on your knee
No,
again?
lean on my thigh. There's padding.
Okay, that's okay. It's a pattern by Donna Smith, and it can be found on the Shetland.
It was made for some kind
Yarn.
of Shetland, or was it Yorkshire or Shetland?
No, Shetland.
Wool event.
The Shetland Wool Company puts out a few patterns each year. They have a sweater. They have two hats. This is the free one. There's another one which one day I might try, and it's a paid pattern, but I wasn't sure how I would manage with all the color work. So
It
this
was Mom's
is,
first color work
well,
in
this detail, this much detail.
recent history.
Yeah. So this
Since
is
Russia became Russia again.
No, that's not true.
Really? You've done color work since then?
I did the first highway hat,
Oh,
That's color
right.
work,
Okay,
right?
fine.
but not so much detail. I didn't know how this would work. I was really pleased. I made one for my swap partner, and
You
it
did.
went.
So our video turned off because I don't know why. And we're
I
back.
don't know why.
I got the bird again.
That's okay.
So tell about this hat.
So I made one in other colors for one of us to wear, to own.
It's
I don't
purple.
know. It's purple and navy. The other one was turquoise and gray with the white and black sheep. And I just think it's so cute to have a hat with sheep that have attitude. They do. They have
They do.
attitude. You can see all
There's
the
a
way
needle
around.
sticking out of it.
I know, I still have ends to sew in, and I have to make the pom-pom. And the pom-pom will be white with a little blue in it to match the sky.
Very, very pretty, Mom.
So that's my first color. I've got 3 color work things to show.
You do. My
All
turn.
right, your turn.
So I knit this out of, I think it was called Royal Alpaca on my birthday, which I spent in Montreal. I would have been completely alone if it hadn't been for Esther. Thanks, Esther. I love you. I went and bought myself a skein of yarn, and it was called Royal something something alpaca. And this is what I knit out of it. And this is, I actually had enough to knit 2 of these. I blocked one. It's clearly not the one I brought downstairs. So here's the one that I did not block. And you can see it is a
Look at all
cowl.
those cabley things on it.
It's pretty. It's really pretty.
That's beautiful.
They're not cables.
Beautiful yarn.
Not cables.
No, they're not.
It's a very easy pattern. I
It's a lace
memorized it. You
pattern.
can, yeah. So it's easy
Beautiful.
lace. You get a really nice cowl, and it's the softest wool. I know I hate knitting, but I actually really
She only
like
says
knitting.
she hates knitting.
I should put it on.
Really, she's been doing a lot of knitting.
So yeah, that's this cowl. So I knit that, and I knit 2 of that while rewatching True Blood. So they're sort of my vampire cowl.
I like it.
Thanks. I like it too.
I like that it's not too bulky. I like that it's
better when it's
beautiful
loved.
yarn and a beautiful lace pattern, and congratulations
Thank you.
on finishing that.
Thanks.
My next one?
Yeah.
All right. A few years ago, I made a highway hat for my nephew's son, and this year I made a highway hat for the son of one of Melanie's friends. And
Savvy Bro's fiance's sister's child. Just to keep it simple.
Right. So this is for Leaf, and you can see all the different buttons that I put on the highway.
So hold even further. There we go.
There we go. I will turn
there's
it.
a highway. There's the sunshine.
There's
sky.
Grass. I've got an airplane in the sky. I've got a couple of trees on the hills. There's emergency vehicles and
Do you need
regular
a bird? 'Cause
cars.
I could hook
No,
you up.
the bird does not need.
No,
There's a sun on the top and the sunshine coming down. There's a front end loader and a helicopter. Anyways, really cute. I'm going to photograph it today, and we're going to maybe drop it off. It's only
Yay.
2 months late.
It's super cute, Mom. This is a very cute. Are you gonna put it on? Should I put it on?
You can put it on. I think he's going to enjoy it. He's 4 years old.
I love this hat. I would wear this hat everywhere. Here, well, let's switch off.
I'll make her a highway hat.
Psst. Okay.
Would you really?
I don't know. I mean, you'd wear it sort of ironically, but you'd still wear it. You could put sheep on it and all sorts of woodland creatures that wander onto the highway.
There are. I could.
Really? I mean, you could.
I actually changed the pattern. I adapted it so that
you sort of made up the pattern. You saw someone selling them at a farmer's market.
We interviewed her.
We interviewed her, and then you made it.
Yeah, but someone has posted the highway hat pattern on Ravelry. For the chart, I made those hills above the highway. It was just straight green. The first one I made was just a
Well, this is a hillier highway. Maybe it's in Alabama, maybe?
It could be. I made another one that's a smaller size that needs...
Do you have it?
Yeah, I do.
Won't be wearing them since your head's tiny.
It's just slightly smaller, and the hills are slightly different. This one, it's a bit...
Life is a highway, Mom.
Life is a highway. Puts my hair in my face. But this is what it looks like without the pom-pom and without the cars. So this color work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
need a pom-pom.
Those are those hats.
Do you have something else to share?
I do. I'm sitting on it. Okay. Nope, not that. I have something else to share, but I have to get it. So can you just talk about something? Maybe knitting? I don't know. Crochet, whatever.
So I noticed on one of the Facebook crocheting groups that there was a reference to something called either a fiddle muff or a twiddle muff. And these objects are used for patients with dementia. It gives them something to fiddle around with. I will. So the patterns that I could find were mainly knit, so I made up a crochet pattern using some white textured yarn I have. This is all acrylic, so it'll be totally washable. So I made a row of baubles here that can be felt. I made 3 different rows of the crocodile stitch, so they're not only visually different, but they're a texture that's interesting. Another couple of rounds of white. Then I have double crochet stitches going around in dark purple. I plan on weaving ribbon through that. Then I had taken apart a textured sweater that I hated, and figuring that it would be good for knitting or crocheting. It isn't, because you can't really see the stitches. But I did a section with that. So again, the beige has a different texture. Then I crocheted some flowers. I just kind of made them up as I went along. did some white, a round of popcorn stitches in green because they stay popped out, whereas the baubles sometimes go a little flat. This is the outside of the Twiddle Muff that I'm going to be taking to my mother in Toronto.
In Toronto. You have a day to
I
finish
have a day
this.
to finish it.
You're going to put buttons on it?
I'm going to sew some buttons on it and put ribbons on that. For the sorry, I need to face you. For the inside, I'm using some...
You could put it on as a hat.
You could put it on as a hat. I think I'll forgo the pleasure.
I'm going to cover my
The
hair.
inside is going to be fleece. I'm going to have patches of regular fabric. I have purchased some pom-poms that I'm going to sew on here. I'm going to have a zippered pocket where I put a tissue so that she has a reason to open the zipper. And there will be buttons and other textured trims as well that I've purchased. So I have a day and a half to finish this.
And to pack.
Oh, don't even start with that. Okay.
All right. I knit a hat. I finished watching True Blood and I started watching Downton Abbey because everyone's watching it, and I love Downton Abbey. Well, in 2011, I watched it, and then I stopped, and now I watched it again. And at night I would knit, mostly in the dark, watching Downton Abbey. And so I knit this hat. I think it's called the Chardonnay Hat, and here it is. Beautiful,
gorgeous
yarn. It's Anzula Cricket. If you've never knit with Anzula, you should, because it's amazing yarn. It's really soft. So look at that.
Beautiful tones.
My camera ran out of memory. I
That's
thought
right.
where do we look? We're now looking here. Okay. So my camera ran out of memory. I thought we were recording it on Savvy Mom's camera, but we weren't, and mine's usually almost full, and now it's full. So we are moving on.
Right. So you were talking about your beautiful hat.
I was talking about my beautiful hat.
Beautiful lace pattern.
Beautiful hat, beautiful lace pattern.
I was so impressed when I saw it.
I was impressed too. And look, it's beautiful, beautiful yarn. Beautiful.
Nice shape.
I know, but yeah, super excited to wear it. I showed it to Mom. Don't forget, this is the camera.
Yeah.
Okay, I showed it to Mom. And Mom said...
So it looks like there's a little hole here. Or the hole looks a little bit big over here.
Turns out there are several dropped stitches.
How did you manage to continue the pattern if you dropped the stitches?
Just made stuff up. It's just knitting. It's not as if you have... I mean, I just figured... And then, oh, look. Oh, no. Edith got left at the altar. So, spoiler alert. So, I have to fix the hat, I suppose. I'm sure there are more drop stitches. I'm at 6. I was at 8, and I fixed 2 right off, and there are 6 more. So, I love this
really
hat.
cute.
I love it, but there are issues.
It needs some surgery.
It needs some surgery.
It does.
And yeah, that's my thing.
So I was going to make this project for Melanie for her birthday. However, not only did I run out of time, but I hadn't chosen the yarn yet. I should mention the pattern is called Passerine, the Passerine hat. And we don't have... Where's
Keep talking.
Okay.
Where's the bird? Where is always the bird? She's watching her movies. Maybe you should explain about the movies.
I am not allowed to use the computer, my desktop computer, without first putting YouTube videos of birds for little Colette to enjoy. So she gets the right-hand corner part of the screen where she has a little nest that she perches upon.
A knitted nest.
A knitted nest that came
with the bird.
With the bird. And she sits on that and she watches the birds on the screen and she pecks at them and she eats with them because she has food in her nest. And when a large bird like a cardinal or a blue jay come on screen, she attacks them because that's what she's supposed to do. Okay, so because Melanie has such a cute sparrow...
Well, it's partly yours now. I'm leaving her with
me for a few months, yes. I found a pattern called Passerine, the Passerine hat on Ravelry. It is a paid pattern, and it's sparrows or perching birds.
And doesn't it look exactly like the sparrow?
Doesn't it just look perfect? That's what her silhouette looks like.
This is what she looks like right now.
when you see her from the back with her tail hanging down, I understand from the pattern that a passerine is
She's
a
eating
kind
the hat.
a perching bird. It's a kind of bird, not as specific sparrow versus finch, but it is a perching bird. And so when I saw this hat, I knew I had to try to make it for Melanie. Now, the challenge is in making this hat. Number one, it is a far more complicated color work pattern than I've ever done. Number two, you have to manage your floats at the back. I did learn how to, what do they call them? Not lock them, tack them. I learned how to do them because I kept,
Oh, are those little twists, the V's? Is that? Oh no, those are stitches.
yeah, that's, you're right. So for the, at the back, if you've done color work, you know every few stitches you have to twist your yarn so that you don't have long floats at the back that you catch your fingers in.
Right.
And it pulls it out of shape. I managed to knit this keeping one color. I was knitting one color throwing, the American style,
I'm sure.
and the other one continental style, the other color. And so I did, although I started off at the beginning twisting each ball of yarn one around the other. Every time there was a color change, I became rather bored with twisting and untwisting, and so I watched a couple of YouTube videos. It went a lot faster with the actual method where you're not actually twisting your yarn and tangling them up. However, it was harder to keep my tension even. You don't want your floats to be too tight because then your hat doesn't stretch, and you don't want them to be too loose because your tension changes. Unfortunately, and I will hold this.
What do you mean unfortunately? It's amazing. It's an amazing hat. I
will hold it
I love
up.
the hat. Forget where I'm supposed to look. Oh
Yes.
I love the hat.
I am disappointed that the tension in the color work section isn't as even as my tension in the plain section.
We're going to block that out though.
Right.
Look at
You
the
can
happy bird.
see the difference. The more even tension up high and the looser uneven tension around. However,
And the
when
bird, wait, that looks just like the hat.
and it looks just like the bird.
She looks just like the hat.
And when Melanie wears it, it looks adorable on her, and nobody's close enough to actually see the difference in the tension. Would you like to
I would
model
like,
it?
yes, now that the bird flew away for brighter pastures,
Here you go. And we will block it.
we will block it.
The pattern said that,
I'll block it because you'll be out of town.
okay. The pattern said that the hat was a medium size for medium size head.
My head's extra large.
Yes, so's mine. So's Savvy Girl Deborah's.
We have big heads.
We have big heads. So, and people who knit the hat said that they turned out small. So I added some extra stitches and adapted the pattern.
It is. It's a lovely hat. It's unfortunately
I'm so
you were
glad she
thwarted
likes it.
while knitting the hat by
I
an
was.
avian.
I was.
By yes.
I would be sitting there knitting, and this was expensive yarn. It took me 3 or 4 trips to the local yarn shop, River City Yarn here in Edmonton, to find the kind of yarn that I want. It's fingering. I've never knit with fingering before, and I looked at
Fingering's
the
heavier than sock. You've knit with sock, haven't you?
no,
Oh.
no. It's sock yarn.
I knew that.
It's sock yarn. They say people knit socks out of fingering yarn. So they had a wall full of fingering yarn, and I took pictures, and I had yarn laid out on the table, but nothing gave the effect that I wanted. I wanted a tone-on-tone brown so that it would look like the different tones on little Colette's feathers. Behind where I was
You're
sitting,
not
there
looking
was
at
a...
the camera. It's here.
I'm doing my best.
You're looking over here because that's where the camera
I'm looking
was.
at your face.
Oh!
I'm talking to you.
Now I'm gonna
Okay.
get feedback. I was mean to Mom. I love you, Mom.
That's my mad face.
Go on.
Anyways, it turned out that I was sitting with my back to a rack of gorgeous, expensive, but gorgeous yarns that had exactly the colors I wanted.
I can't wait to put it in the washer and dryer.
It's washable.
Oh.
because it's sock yarn. Fingering weight sock yarn. Anyways, so it made me very happy she was wearing it out and about.
Boot in a boot. I
Out
wore
and
this
about.
hat.
Yes.
I love this hat. So
I'm so glad.
I guess those are the things we've been knitting, right, Mom?
That's right. Now I'm going to visit Savvy Bubby, my mom, in Toronto.
How's your
And
packing going?
I actually started a pile upstairs.
That's
I've started
pre-packing.
thinking about
Pre-packing
it.
has been started.
I've started thinking about it. I will let everybody know how the Fiddle Muff or Fiddle Muff, whether she enjoys it, and if it is successful. For me, I'm hoping it's going to keep her from picking at her nails. She's always been a nail biter. Maybe if she has something else to fiddle with, then she might enjoy it. And I have to figure out what project to take.
How did
don't
it
know.
feel as a crocheter to be knitting so much lately? Does it feel weird?
No, because I'm bicraftual.
Good.
I knit before I learned to knit before I learned to crochet.
I know, but it was the 70s and people were tatting rugs and hooking.
I did hook rugs.
You were a hooker.
I did latch hook rugs.
I'm just saying that you're polycraftual.
I
actually.
am indeed, but my mom taught me to knit when I was about, I don't know, 5 or 6, and I taught you girls to knit, and my grandmother taught me
scourge
to
continues.
crochet when I was a teenager, so I enjoy knitting.
And this is what you made. I think this is beautiful and I love it. So,
Great.
until next time,
Tend to
your
your
knitting,
knitting,
kitten.
kitten.